This tutorial will highlight the workflow for grading student content submissions utilizing SpeedGrader. SpeedGrader has undergone a performance and usability upgrade to focus on improved performance for large courses. This feature enhances performance for a faster, smoother experience for users handling larger courses or complex assignments. For questions, please submit a ticket to canvashelp@stanford.edu. Let's jump in. Instructors may access SpeedGrader by navigating to Assignments or the Gradebook. First, navigating to Assignments. Locate and click on the assignment ready for grading. SpeedGrader may be accessed under Related Items on the right side of the screen. It's also accessible via the Gradebook. Navigating now to Gradebook from the course menu options on the left. Locate the assignment ready for grading. Once placing the cursor on the assignment title, these three dots will appear. Click on the three dots and drag the cursor down, selecting SpeedGrader. Gradebook functionality is reviewed in a designated Gradebook video tutorial, which may be accessed at gocanvas.stanford.edu. Navigating now back to Assignments, locating the assignment ready for grading, and select SpeedGrader under Related Items. At the top of the screen, there is a red information box. We recommend reading these information boxes first, for we utilize this space for pertinent information only. SpeedGrader is not meant for multiple graders. Comments or grades could be overwritten if multiple graders are working at once. We do offer GradeScope. GradeScope works best for STEM courses, large section courses, and those with multiple graders. For questions regarding the GradeScope integration, please submit a ticket to canvashelp@stanford.edu. Now draw your attention to the top right side of the screen. Users may toggle from one student to another by clicking on the arrows. There is now a Sections drop-down menu. By clicking on the white mini arrow next to the student name, different sections and current student names appear. The user is able to select specific sections for grading by then clicking on the right-facing arrow to view and navigate amongst different sections. Do not forget to click on Apply. This is a more streamlined and a user-friendly interface, especially for large sections. Toggling to another student with a missing submission, the no submission alert is much larger now. And toggling back to a student with a submitted paper, let's review annotation options. The ability exists to annotate directly within text, and there are several options. By clicking on the bubble icon at the top right, users may leave comments directly in line. By clicking on the highlighter, users may highlight specific parts of the text. Feel free to get creative with the color wheel on the top left side of the screen. Users may also strike through text by clicking on the strike through icon. The color wheel will also apply to strike through marks as well. By clicking on the paintbrush, text may be easily crossed out, or users may leave a handwritten annotation as well. This functionality is ideal, especially if working on a tablet. By clicking on the square, particular parts of the text may be outlined. And by clicking on the capitalized T, users have another option for leaving comments within a designated point of the paper. At any given time, if users would like to delete a specific annotation, place the cursor on that annotation, the delete trash icon will appear, and click on the trash icon, and then select OK when the display modal appears, prompting confirmation. Let's review the display panel on the right side of the screen. There are quite a few options. The submitted date and time is visible, the word count is present, and the link to the submitted file is also accessible. Under Status, users can edit the submission status by clicking on the arrow and selecting the Updated Status drop-down menu options. There is also an assessment box, and we will revisit this functionality. View Rubric. Rubrics automatically display in the enhanced window view. When clicking on View Rubric, the entire rubric will appear. This is an option when adding a rubric to an assignment shell when creating that assignment shell and building it out. Scrolling down. Assignment comments may also be left in the Rich Content Editor box. The RCE box is visible and now expandable by clicking on the 3 dots. At the bottom of the RCE box, options exist to add comments, links, and media. By clicking on the microphone, teaching teams can make audio comments. Speech-to-text microphone now recognizes other set languages, but only when utilizing a Chrome web browser. By clicking on the camera, teaching teams can record videos and screen capture when auto-captioning. By clicking on the paperclip, content or files may be attached. Instructors will be able to edit SpeedGrader comment drafts without first publishing the draft and then editing. Let's leave a comment. Do not forget to click Submit in the blue rectangular box. Once doing so, students will receive a green dial feedback indicator on their end that comments have been left for this assignment. Comment indicators are also visible in the student gradebook. For more information regarding how students receive feedback, please visit the Video Tutorials tab at gocanvas.stanford.edu. Now, scrolling up, let's review the assessment box. The default posting policy for the course is manual. Hence, the red oblong shape appears that states hidden. Also, at the top left side of the page, there is an eye icon with a slash through it. This also denotes the manual posting policy, which means even though grades are being entered and they are feeding directly to the gradebook, they must be posted to all students at once or individually. This may be done in 2 ways. Let's enter a grade here and click enter. The first way to post grades would be by clicking on the eye slash icon and then selecting Post Grades. However, we recommend posting from the gradebook for a more holistic view of all those submitting work to the assignment. So navigating back to the course and to the gradebook by clicking on Grades from the left-hand toolbar options. Now in the gradebook, search for that particular assignment. Here we are reminded that grades haven't deployed to students and that they remain hidden because the eye slash icon is present next to the assignment title. Place the cursor over the assignment title. The 3 dots will become visible. Click on the 3 dots and then select Post Grades. A display panel will appear from the right side of the screen requesting confirmation to post grades. Select Post, and the eye slash icon will disappear. Instructors also have the ability to manage visibility of grades and feedback for individual assignments from the gradebook within the assignment title by clicking on the 3 dots, selecting Grade Posting Policy. A display panel will appear from the right side of the screen. Scroll down and select Schedule Release Dates. Scroll down even further and release options appear. Please note that grades and comments may be released together or separately, but comments must be released before grades. This feature requires a grade to be entered, and manually releasing grades before the scheduled release time will take precedence. Let's select Separate Schedules. Scroll down even further once more, and first select the comment release date, and then select the grade release date, and that must occur after comments. Something to note here regarding release time: it may appear tedious, but we highly recommend drilling down and selecting a more convenient time. The default in Canvas, unless setting, is midnight or 11:59. And then do not forget to select Save. Please visit gocanvas.stanford.edu and navigate to the Video Tutorials tab for an in-depth tutorial on the gradebook and manage visibility of grades and feedback for individual assignments. For questions, please submit a ticket to canvashelp@stanford.edu.